When the Chancellor took to the dispatch box 5 years ago, his big aim was to balance the books. So let's see if he scored a full house at his time at number legs 11. In 2010, the government was borrowing £149 billion a year, and the Chancellor said he wanted to get the deficit under control. Now, the deficit is the difference between what we spend on things like healthcare and benefits compared to the money we're taking in from taxes. So has he managed it? Borrowing was predicted to fall to £116 billion by 2012, and the Chancellor in that year managed to get it down to £113 billion. Bingo! But since then, it's not been falling as fast as he wanted. He wanted it to hit £20 billion by next year, but it's looking like it's going to top £76 billion. So what about national debt? Well, it was predicted to peak at 70% of GDP last year. In other words, the money that we owe wouldn't be greater than 70% of everything which we make, produce and sell in the UK. But it is still going up, and it's expected to hit 81% of GDP next year.
This means the books still aren't balanced. There's a deficit of £41 billion. So let's have a look at what's worked and what hasn't. Let's start with spending. Back in 2010, the government said it was going to cut public spending by £90 billion by April this year. And it has. Bingo.
Then there's growth, predicted to be 2.7% this year. We're not quite there with that one, but we're not far off. But the big winner has been unemployment. That was predicted to be 6.1% this year, and it's actually fallen below that. Bingo. The other thing that George Osborne's been right about is inflation falling. Bingo.
This is a big numbers game, and it's hard to predict exactly what's going to happen with the economy every year. But the Chancellor George Osborne can't call house in the Commons just yet.